Guys, and welcome back to the channel. And today, for the very first time, we are going to do a market watch. My channel is all about Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic and Pokemon, and so I figured doing a market watch for those would be awesome. And so today we are starting with Yu-Gi-Oh! Because that is what I'm most familiar with. And I've just really kind of looked at some of the recent sets and just took a look at them and stuff like that. And you'd be surprised at what is going on in these sets. Because first off, we have a $15 Secret Rare, a $14 Secret Rare, and a $13 Secret Rare in a set that is pretty terrible altogether, I would say. And a $7, almost more than that, Ultra Rare, this No Hope Punk Rising Scale, has had some sales recently and has gone up in price. We've even had lots of sales yesterday. I'm not logged in, sorry about that, guys. We had sales yesterday and a sale today at $13.75, which is pretty dang crazy for a bulk Ultra Rare out of Battle Legends Monsters Mayhem. And so I've kind of been taking a look at this. I've also been looking at this Crowley the Gifted Magentis, and this has had a nice little price spike recently and has gone up to $15. These kind of look like scam price fluctuation, like market manipulation things going on here. This guy's probably legit, but we got the 1736, which would be one I'd probably trust more to purchase around this price, but that's quite a bit for a Secret Rare out of Battle Legends Monster Mayhem. We do have Primite Lordly Load. I will say, though, this Primite Lordly Load has another Secret Rare printing in the Mega Pack right here, and it is just a little bit more for a higher rarity. So, I mean, if you're going to be buying this one here for the price that you would, I'd almost recommend getting the one from the tin just for a little bit more for the rarity bump, or if it helps you to finish off and round off a nice little basket of cards here and get free shipping or something like that. But yeah, I've been paying attention to these two because it's kind of crazy for an Ultra Rare for this No-Ho Punk Rising Scale. And the next thing I was looking at the Mega Pack, because this is not the best set for sure, I would say. It is kind of crazy that the tins are worth as much as they are sealed for collectability's sake, but not a whole lot of high value cards in here. And what I was kind of thinking about was the Molcharmy specifically, because we got Molcharmy, Purlia, Fluos, $13 a piece here and stuff like that. But then if you go and look at the Legendary 5Ds deck, you got the commons here for like not that much less. Like Fluos here is, let's see here, for the Mega 10 it is $13 to $15. Let's see here, near mint verified listing here, $13.55, and near mint here are $10 basically between the shipping and stuff like that. And if you got free shipping on one of these guys, I would honestly almost, unless you're just buying the 5Ds decks outright for the couple dollar difference, I don't know. I would be tempted to get the Prismatic Secret Rare out of the tin, honestly, for some of these. But if you're a budget player and don't care about rarity, $8.50 plus $1 shipping, lightly played, and near mints, $8.29, $1.31 shipping. It's not it's not that bad to be able to get your hands on those. And speaking of draw power and the Mega Tins, we got the Pot of Greed out of the Mega Pack here, the Starlight Rare. And this on paper is pretty high rarity, although there is the Ultimate Rare, which everyone loves Ultimate Rare. There's the Pot out of the Legendary Collection and stuff like that. But I mean, there are common Pot of Greeds that are going for more than this Starlight, which is absolutely insane to me. I bought a stack of these at $2 because I was like, this is probably going to be a good buy, especially since Genesis format, it's only 30 points to play it, so some people will be playing it out there, but I'm not going to lie. For $3.70 for a Starlight Rare Pot of Greed, I guess not everyone likes the Starlight Rare, but it's shiny. Got to blind your opponent at the table, but I have a huge stack of these. I would almost encourage buying some as an investment to hold on for a little while, because you never know, especially with Genesis format and things like that. So, and it has actually gone down in price because these spiked up actually a little bit and were worth a lot more, but are pretty low. So I would definitely say a good buying opportunity on that. But when it comes to the tins, yeah, those are kind of things that I've been looking at myself. And then I was looking at other kind of bulky sets and things like that, like Battle Legends Monster Mayhem, and I noticed something specific about Ghost from the Past, and that is this red Supernova Dragon. And we did have the Blazing Dominion announced recently, which is obviously the Jack Atlas stuff, and the red dragons and things like that. But this red supernova dragon, okay, for an ultra rare out of Ghost from the Past for near mint first edition, we're talking 220, and this was like a nickel not that long ago. And so when I was going through my inventory, I found a big old stack of these, which was pretty awesome. And so if you have these in your collection, I would recommend trying to move them. There are some sales. Just make sure you're priced competitively to try and move that. Second card, I kind of noticed here, on top of these two being absolutely amazing, if you have those in your collection, get those sold right away. They move quick. I've never had one last a day after listing it for some reason, especially for the Meteor Black Comet Dragon. But this Vampire Vivioid or whatever here, it is only printing out of Ghost from the Past, and vampires have gotten pretty popular recently. This guy right here, Vampire Shadan or whatever from Dark Saviors, was absolutely crazy, but it's kind of come down a little bit because it had spiked up pretty high, and now you can get some near mints at under 10. There was actually a lower one here not that long ago. I must have sold already, but this Vampire Vivioid, sorry guys, darn cat sheds everywhere, gets its hair in my mouth. But this one right here has gone up pretty significantly, and which is kind of crazy because it's just an ultra rare that goes from the past. You wouldn't think anything of it. But with the vampire stuff that's been going on recently, and this guy spiking up and coming back down, and looks like he's back on his way up, this one is something that if you have it, get it out of your bulk and get that listed and get it sold. Duelist Advance. Not a very impressive set by any means, unless you are a Utopia player. Most people don't care about the set. Boxes are literally $37. The poor sellers who purchased these and are stuck with them right now, I feel bad for them. Even my local card store got way too many of them in inventory. But I love Utopia. I play Utopia, and in Genesis, Utopia's been slightly popular, and so a card that I was paying attention to and kind of looking at here in the set, if it would load, my apologies, guys, is this number FO Utopic Futures Exel. This with 99 Dragnar kind of gets crazy. And the Ultras are only $1, and they've moved up for a little bit and have dropped down. I know these were going and trending around $2 for some time there. And then the Starlight Rare, which is also loading, has gone up a little bit, not like super significant, like it basically doubled, honestly, which is actually kind of significant on all remarks, to be honest. But this card, very good. Probably not a bad thing to sell if you have. Let's look at Dragnar real quick, actually. Still just around 31 and 60 cents, so 61 cents. But this card right here makes it easy to get our number cards out. And if you're playing the Gaga card from Duelist Advance, the girl, and if you play the guy one as well, you can get out FO Utopic Dragon Future pretty easy. Yeah, this one right here is really good. Searches you the spell card. But yeah, 99 Dragnar, also not too bad of a thing to bring out your bulk and sell, because this was like a quarter before. And once you wipe out all these 61s and stuff like that, you get up to almost a full $1. So, but also, if you want to play Utopia, hold at least 2 or 3 for yourself. Oh, and then the last 2 cards I have here, this Medius, the Pure from Duelist Advance here. The Ultra has gone up pretty significantly here, up to about $20, and it was $14 a couple days ago in December of last year. Although I will say we are almost 2 weeks into the year already. And the Starlight Rare has really moved, because in December it was like $77, right? And now the lowest listing, $152. So that's double. And it's been like 2 weeks since then. And there has even been a sale of 3 of them at $155. So someone dropped $450 on 3 of these bad boys right here, $350 and some change. So I don't know what exactly is going on with here. I don't know if the Power Patron is becoming popular as an archetype in Genesis or in the regular format, but the Ultras are significantly cheaper. So if you are on the lookout for one of these, probably get the Ultra Rare and save yourself the money, in case there's a lot of hype behind this that is not founded. Like, there's not a good reason for that. But yeah, it is It is definitely up a little ways here. $152 is not exactly cheap. And someone, like I said, spent $3. Yes, or $3. $450 on 3 copies yesterday. So that is very crazy. But that is what I got for you guys. Let me know what you guys think of this type of content, and if there's anything I should make note of in my next video. I appreciate that. Do plan to do Pokemon ones as well, and maybe even someday Magic as well. But we will be bringing these weekly for you guys. Hopefully Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing, and we'll see you guys in the next